Who would like to give us a summary of last session's events for some inspiration?
I have had an entire Dukes of Hazzard style, like all of us jumping into this carriage, like Kaz is sliding across the back of the horses. Xidia just going straight through the window. Piety tucks and rolls under. Just the voice of Volo in my head. Well, them haunt folks getting in some trouble again. Didn't know that they'd be in Jarlaxle in the back of that carriage. Only in a Volo voice instead of me.
Love it. Love it.
You're doing so much, Ted, and it's really working,
You're
actually.
doing amazing, sweetie.
So good.
Prior to that, there was more time in the vault. We honestly, we kind of fucked around for a bit, went around through all of the tunnels, found new and exciting ways to get across broken platforms, walk across walls, almost get shot by... Wait, I have this god's name in my notes because his name was so good. Fire Eyes, whatever, something Fire Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Old Fire Eyes.
Old Fire Eyes,
Old
thank
Fire
you.
First name Old, last name Fire Eyes.
And just technically speaking, I believe it's OLE, Old Fire Eyes.
Old Fire Eyes, nice. We also found a magical mallet that had to be rung on a hammer, which we thought would take us somewhere, but it didn't. It just gave us some temporary hit points, reinvigorated our spirits. It was not until we spoke to Dumethian, the dwarven god of secrets, that we found our way down into the actual vault, where we found one Barak Klinghammer, totally a dwarf.
Totally. 100%.
Totally a dwarf. 100% a dwarf. Got the beard and everything. Definitely a dwarf. Sleeping on a bed of gems that were gifted to him. Not gifted. Paid to him by the original OG Lord Neverember to watch over all the money that he stole, which, you know, now that I say that out loud instead of last week, it's kind of like, that's weird. I'm going to pay you gems to watch over my pile of money, stolen money, embezzled. Be kind to the original Lord Neverember. Embezzled money. Without having a real solid plan other than, hey, we found it and we definitely can't get that staff away from definitely a dwarf Barak Klinghammer.
100%.
So, with no real plan on moving 500,000 dragons out of the vault at this time, we went back up to get help, only to see a massive battle raging outside, wherein the Castellanter, heavy air quotes and sarcasm on the word, guards were engaged with a bunch of, just as much sarcasm and air quotes, city workers. Definitely not demons and drow fighting. That was part of the whole Dukes of Hazzard thing.
Mm-hmm.
Them abyssal forces fighting the Underdark like two rust monsters fighting over the last full plate.
Oh my god, Ted.
I put way too much thought into this.
Amazing.
But that's where we are, rolling away from the carnage in the back of a carriage with one Zardoz Zord. Zardoz Zard? Zord? Zod, thank you. There's no R. That's right. Well, I guess there is if I'm speaking like the Dukes of Hazzard. One Zardoz Zard. Who, shock, gasp, surprised, revealed himself to be none other than Jarlaxle, who said hi to Piety and actually got Piety's name right.
Yeah, the one time. This bitch. I hate him. He scares me. I have the fear of God instilled within me at this moment.
You have a
I
like
god
to interrupt.
on your side who is like, yeah, no, we're cool. You and me.
Yeah.
I got broken arms.
That's
but
the
you
god
know
whose
what?
fear I have instilled in me right now.
Fair enough.
Ted, that was
I just-
amazing. Give yourself a point of inspiration for the summary. Give yourself a second point of inspiration for all of the Dukes of Hazzard references and impersonations, which were amazing. And I'll tell you right now, you would have gotten a third point of inspiration, but you're not getting it, and you are now eliminated from getting it. But that point of inspiration is up for everyone else. If anyone
got
can
it,
tell
though. I
me
got it.
the most important thing we learned last session, which was the secret that someone revealed about themselves.
Oh.
So doesn't
Hold
care
on, I
about
have this
his
fucking
hometown.
screenshot. I have something fucking screenshot. Hold on. I was yelling
I was
about
just
this.
gonna gloss right.
Yeah, clearly you were.
I was gonna say something, but now I know it's wrong. But I'll just say Dragon Heist and Dukes of Hazzard has the same initials.
Okay, nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Connecting the
Dude.
dots.
You know what?
Exactly.
Like that is the type of fact you're speaking my language. Oni gets a point of inspiration as well. That's clearly right. That's absolutely made for me. So, yeah, no, that's just for the audio recording. Corsonis apparently does not give a shit about Lork, which was a jaw-dropping moment, I think, for everyone except Corsonis. That was news to just about everyone. So, yes, you all find yourselves in a carriage hustling away from the tower. I just lost. Where is she? Hustling away from Isveli Rosnar's tower as
My
she
nemesis.
slams the door shut behind her. The drow and cultists fighting it out as the carriage carries you away with your newly revealed host, who again turns to all of you and says, "Oh, my babies, my darlings, you've done it. You've led me right to it. I'm so grateful to all of you. Is everyone okay?"
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, well, in that case, and Jarlaxle reaches under his seat and produces a bucket.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. She takes it.
No worries. Are you okay, or is it just the shock of the moment? Do we need to get some healers in here?
I think I'm good physically. It's mostly just why the fuck are you Zardoz and what happened to your fucking voice?
Oh, you mean that that weird twangy accent thing that I did? Is that what you're referring
That's
to?
the one.
Oh, no. That's just an introductory accent I use to throw people off. That way, if people that I don't trust very well or don't know very well, I use strange, unusual accents with them. There's stages to the whole thing, so that way people that know me very well can ascertain how well other people or how much I trust other people just by whatever weird voices they might be using to impersonate me. Ask your mother about it, Blueberry.
What?
I also blanch.
I'm gonna hand the bucket over.
So do you have
Not
it?
that I'm not appreciative of the escape, but what exactly were you doing there, waiting for us? I mean,
Oh, well, I mean,
what was going on?
well, we were doing, I'm assuming, exactly what the Castellantia's cultists were doing. We just have different motives. They were following you, hoping you would find the vault so that they could secure the money for the Castellantias. We were following you to help keep you safe and hopefully get the dragon staff for me and help you return the money back to the city of Waterdeep. Do you have the staff? Do you have it on you?
Sure don't.
Yeah, not
It's
not
also-
as such.
Not part of the treasure. It would seem that it has an owner already.
Oh. But it is, so you've seen it. It's down there. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'll take care of that on my own. You've led me to it. That's all I could really ask. What of the money? What should we do with it?
Won't be getting in there. You won't be getting the staff that has a caretaker.
Oh, well, I guess that's my problem then, isn't it?
The urge to erupting earth right under this carriage.
What have you all decided what you want to do with the money?
Well, you see, the thing is we're still really trying to figure out how to best save the lives of those two children. And
Wait, what?
everything else has sort of been put on the back burner. Really?
What two children?
The Castle and Tears
They're
have
youngest two.
two little ones, who are, uh, without interference, going to be sold to Asmodeus, and we're trying to figure out the best way to circumvent that contract, since they don't have a lot of time left.
Wait, the Castle and Tears have a contract with Asmodeus. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Fighting
Idiots.
a bunch of devils in the street didn't tip you off?
Oh, well, I mean, weak people amass power however they can. I just assumed that they had convinced a bunch of weak-willed morons to assist them with the hell. I didn't realize they had actually signed a contract with Asmodeus. Oh, that's delightful. You don't have a copy of it, do you?
Wait, a translation of it?
Well, may I see it?
I'll look at everyone else first.
Go ahead. That is the gesture that Personas makes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
Oh, yes. He pulls a monocle out of his breast pocket. He switches the eye patch over to the other eye and puts the monocle over the eye that used to be under the eye patch. Yes. Oh, dear. As he reads, no. Oh, distasteful. Getting the children involved like this. Disgusting. Oh. 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 Oh, goodness. What a loophole so big I could drive this carriage through it. Preposterous. Ah, very well. And he rolls the contract back up.
You think you could explain? I've been, running circles around this in my head, trying to look for this van-sized loophole.
Well, I mean, and hands the contract back to who is holding on to it?
I think me.
Okay,
I've just been assuming I have been.
got it. So hands the contract back to you. Says, oh, well, it's really quite simple. You see this part here? He gets Terenzio and Elzarina's souls on their 9th birthday. Well, we live in a strange and magical time, my darlings, and all it takes, knowing the right magician who can help these children bypass their 10th birthday or 9th birthday. Then they won't have one. Then Asmodeus can't collect anything. All you have to do is, well, if you age them immediately, Asmodeus will know that their 9th birthday will never come and presumably will end the contract immediately. You just have to be all right with aging these children.
I mean, if we can make it to where they only age, a relatively small amount, that shouldn't be a problem.
Well,
I think, Asmodeus, devils are known for playing a long game, so we should also think about sterilizing the Castellantiers.
Just bug-eyed stare at Exidia.
hmm. Well, let's file that under a problem for another day. Let's solve the issue with these darling children first, shall we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, the good news is I happen to know a magician who could drum up a concoction that would certainly age these children, certainly more than the couple of weeks that would allow them to bypass their 9th birthday. As to your point, however, I'm not sure what the upper limit on that aging might be. Not exactly an exact science.
I think it's important to note that they're both human as well. Their time ultimately sort of limited. The margin for error is small.
Well, I mean, I do
Right, but-
understand.
The job here is saving them from eternity. So,
I don't want that to be the reason they die.
Well, I mean, I think I can promise that I won't age them or this. I'll have to talk more with the magician, but I don't know. I can't imagine it would be more than 20, 30 years. I mean, I know it's not the most appealing option, but it seems the alternative is they have 2 weeks. Well, look.
What if they drink like half of it?
Oh, I don't know that the potion works that way.
Or the shot?
5-hour
Well, look,
energy drinks.
I mean, you don't listen. You don't have to make a decision now. You know where to find me, and I'm happy to help. You've done such wonderful things for me. I couldn't help but return the favor. Now, about those dragons, how are we going to return them to the city?
I thought I should check in with Force Grey. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to mobilize a unit now that they have been found. Now that the dragons have been found. I mean, I just need a moment to contact the office.
Very well. Let them know that my people will be securing them and making sure that they are safe for pickup.
Oh, don't you worry. I will do exactly that.
Wonderful. Do you need me to assist in any way? Always happy to help.
Nope, I just need a moment to. I just need a moment to call. That's all. In private,
but-
you understand.
Oh, terribly sorry. I thought we were beyond that at this point. It's breaks my heart a little bit, Corsonis, but very well. Everyone needs their own private time, I guess. So what shall we do? Should we go somewhere to celebrate?
Sure. Still pretty obviously sick looking and and sweating.
Tiny pulls the bucket so it's like in between us. It's like leaning next to you.
Well, does anyone know a good tavern in town? And Jarlaxle breaks into a shit-eating grin.
It feels like the wrong time to bring up our own establishment, don't you think?
Of course, how could I forget? The haunt, of course. Oh, what a wonderful idea. We'll all go to the haunt and celebrate our saving of Waterdeep and their coffers and refilling them with the dragons that were taken by that dastardly Rigord Neverember, saved by the newcomers to the city and Jarlaxle.
If Piety could be looking into the camera like in the office, she would be.
Yeah, so
Or you could simply stop and let us out here, and we can walk the rest of the way. In fact, I think I'd prefer to walk from here. Thank you.
you really need to
Gives me
stretch
time
your
to get the-
legs,
Yes,
Maybe
Maybe
that's
call in.
Legs
you
were
know,
made for.
get a little nervous energy out. Okay, very well. Suit yourselves. My lovelies, you've done such a wonderful job. And he bangs on the interior wall of the carriage. It slows down to a stop, and he holds the door open.
Jumping out.
Yeah.
I don't.
T.
Okay. Great. Let's hear what the gang is doing. That first of all, who's gone where?
Exidia's climbing out and walking also.
Okay, so that's Piety, Corsonus, and Exidia. And we will say Kaz have climbed out of the carriage. And Nim is staying in the carriage. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Let's focus on what the crew that is on foot is doing.
I will give the wagon half a block, and then I will cast sending.
Okay.
I will send to Barak Klanghammer.
Okay.
Just a heads up, there may be someone coming to steal the staff or try to kill you. Watch out for Drow. Sorry about that. 25.
There's a considerable pause before you hear more visitors. How wonderful. Thank you for the heads up. Okay, that's fucking awesome. I'm right here. No, you're in a cart racing away.
I knew what I was saying, but also
Right.
like I thought me and Bartok were cool, but now I'm gonna look like the Barok is cool. Now I'm gonna look like the asshole. I'm the first drow he's seen in maybe 50 years. Now I'm the asshole.
Anything else from our gang on foot?
Yeah, I will use the badge to actually contact Force Grey headquarters.
Okay.
Agent Corsonis reporting in. We found the dragons. Need assistance recovering them. Battle raging outside. Please advise.
Well, we'll send the city guard to clean up the streets. Send your handler over to the haunt. Rendezvous there.
That was decidedly entirely less helpful than they. Oh boy. Well, we need to get to the haunt way or another. There will be assistance waiting for us. And they're sending the guard. Good thing we have this whole unit of elite adventurers. They're sending the guard. You know, I think I should just go back to the tower and try to help.
I mean, we can go back there if you want. The wizard and the aging potion. That doesn't sound great. Do we have any alternatives?
You know what? I also happen to be aware of a powerful wizard, and I will grab my badge again. Oh wait, no. Sending stone only works once. Oh boy, I got one spell slot left.
Oh no.
You know, if we go back to the haunt instead of the fight, there should be a Force Grey representative, and we can have them try to bring it up with
Your powerful
with
wizard.
upper management. Exactly.
Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are heading back to the haunt on foot.
Mm-hmm.
Just outside of the uncomfortable conversation area of Jarlaxle.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. So you guys are hoofing it back to the haunt. Nim. Riding in silence with Jarlaxle?
No.
Hey. Okay,
once the door's like...
I will leave this up to you. Do you want to do this here, or do you want to go into the whisper area and do this?
I'm okay if this is
Okay,
this is fine.
great.
Yeah. Once the like carriage door has like opened and then closed and like some fresh air has circled through a little bit, just taking a breath, and as it's starting to roll away, just kind of like switching into just like into like earnest and trying to maintain composure and just say, we met the Guardian, who seemed particularly interesting. I don't really rightly know what he is, just that he takes his word very seriously. And I love this city. It's the home that I've ever known. And as much as I want to get the dragons back into the economy of this place, I can't help but fathom that an exchange of that power, or the effect may come to the Guardian and his ward may jeopardize the city at whole.
Nim, my dear, do you think I'd do something to jeopardize this city?
I think that you are in a position unlike his. If he remains secret and safe and unaccosted, then the wards he holds will be unaffected. But if we were to tamper with that, not only, I think, is that going to come at a real cost of life, but it does upset whatever balance was created by Dagult. I don't understand it entirely, but there's something that has been said or done by Neverember that has sort of made a peace for the city. We would need more time, I think, to understand the situation better before I think we could make any such decisions as trying to foolishly upset something that has so far worked for Waterdeep.
Oh, I do understand, dear. More than you could possibly know. There is an understanding, a greater understanding than whatever petty agreements have gone on in that tower. Right? There is a much greater agreement that works for Waterdeep and keeps the balance for Waterdeep and keeps the balance for the Lord's Alliance, and it works for all of them. But it doesn't work for me. And it doesn't work for us because we're not allowed in. We're not counted as part of that agreement. We are other. We are outside. And my foremost goal in this world is to find a home for me and my drow brethren where we are counted. We are included. We are part of. Not outside of. Not other. And being part of the saviors that return the missing dragons to the city, that helps my reputation. That helps our reputation. That helps get us a step closer to becoming part of the Lord's Alliance. And getting my hand on the dragon staff, that which can create a gaping hole in the defenses of Waterdeep, and being the individual solely responsible for returning it to the Flagstaff?
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, go for it.
Shit. That's only the 6. But
Okay,
I think I will use inspiration.
go for it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Not that he probably has a plus 20 to deception, but like
Right. Now, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
You don't really know Jarlaxle, right? But you know him by reputation, and you know him to be a world-class liar,
Mhm.
right? That said, right, the sort of passion and sort of reckless abandon with which he is now making his points, right, leaves you with the impression that he is either being honest with you or he's a better liar than even the rumors have led one to believe.
Mhm. Sorry. Then I say, would you really turn it over and put it somewhere where, with hands that the city trusts?
He pulls his blouse open a little bit, right? And then with his other hand, he makes a cross over his chest. He says, "Cross my heart and hope to die."
All right. I want what's best for this place, and I want what's best for its people. I think that with some time to work on it and talking with Barrock, I might be able to help. But if you are wanting to do this for the city and for us, I wouldn't feel right not being there when it was submitted to the Blackstaff. I want you to be telling me the truth, but I didn't even know what you looked like until about 10 minutes ago. And I'd rather submit this power to someone that we have reason to trust with someone I feel like I can trust.
Jarlaxle, who has been sitting across from you in the interior of this carriage, pushes himself up off of his seat and in a crouch, swings over so that he can sit next to you. And he puts an arm around you and the other arm in front of you and squeezes you into his side. He says, "Oh, your mother was right about you. You have such a good heart. We will see this through and we will do what's right for the city with regards to the dragons and with regard to the dragon staff. But first, you must figure out how to save those children." He gives you a tighter little squeeze. He takes a deep breath and he says, "Oh, and don't tell your mother I called you Blueberry. She'll hit me again." And he makes a big pouty face.
I'll keep my word. I'll ask her how you know each other, but can I at least ask you how long?
Oh, I go way back with your parents. Way back.
I'll have to pretend that doesn't alarm me.
You need work on your pretending, dear. But the good news is your tuition at New Olam is paid up. You can re-enroll in those classes.
Yeah. Way, way low on the to-do list, but on there. I have a feeling everyone else is probably going to go to the haunt because we don't actually have a lot of places to hang out that aren't my own recommendation anyway. So
Well,
we should go there.
in that case, wonderful, because... And he swings the door open. Here we are.
Probably way faster than
Yeah, oh
everything
yeah.
else.
Yeah. You've beaten all of them.
You don't know how fast I can run.
You literally can't beat me to getting to the haunt unless you teleport.
Watch me. No, I can't teleport.
Now I've got to find the
We gotta
right...
do a race, guys.
Boy. Give me a second while I identify the correct map of the haunt. Okay, that looks like it'll work. And got to add all sorts of people here. Hold on. Yeah, there's our boy. And
If the person you just referred to as our boy is not Brisket, I'm throwing up.
well, I was dragging Jarlaxle's token on the...
I was just going to say, we do have a menagerie of wonderful gentlemen in this game. So...
We got a lot of boys!
Got a lot of boys, guys.
All right.
It's been so long.
While I am doing this, right? Is there anything else that the crew on foot would like to cover as they are walking? Okay.
I think so.
Long, quiet walk home.
All right.
I think that through the walk,
Mhm.
Exidia will be rambling, and like trying to think of other like solutions to the children problem.
Mhm.
But I do not have in me the creative juices to do that entire ramble.
I got
But
you.
it happens the whole
Yeah,
way.
gotcha. No, absolutely. Perfectly legit, right? That makes perfect sense. So as the four of you make your way back to the haunt, there is the unceasing, unyielding patter of Exidia. Just, no idea is a bad idea in a brainstorm. Just, talking out loud and trying to figure out and turn over the options that y'all know and try and come up with any new options for what can be done to save these kids. When you arrive at the haunt, did I put everybody on the right page? Do you see the haunt now? Okay.
Hey.
The crew that as you approach, as the four of you approach, Vincent Trench is sitting on your front porch, and he just says, "Colorful group you got inside there, boss."
Yes, it has been eventful.
Let me see what I can do to help, boss. And just lets himself inside. Right, holds the door open for y'all. Right, there's a few customers in there. Vincent just announces, haunt's closed this afternoon. Don't have to go home, but, well, I don't care where you go. Get the fuck out.
Oh my god.
At seeing you, Corsonis, Asper gets up from her seat and is like, is it true you found them?
Yes, we did. I pointedly do not look at Jarlaxle when I say that.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, where are they? Where did you? I have enormous number of questions. I mean, where are they? Where did you leave them? Are they safe? Can we be sure that no one's taking them right now? Right? And Jarlaxle gets up and says, "Oh, but pardon me. I can assure you, I've left a sizable crew there to make sure that no one else gains access to them. Just doing my part to help the city that I love." And he takes his hat off and holds it over his heart.
That fruity ass hat.
Right. He almost pokes himself in the eye that's not covered with the eye patch with the fucking feather that's sticking out of that goddamn thing. Asper sort of does a double take at Jarlaxle, right? And then just looks back at you and Corsonis and sort of shrugs and goes, Is this true?
More or less. There was a fight brewing when we came out of the vault, but we have dealt with Castellanter forces previously. But I fully admit that Jarlaxle's entourage, army, forces are there dealing with them while we are here.
Oh. Well, that I guess that does explain a thing or two. I mean, the city guard got over there as quickly as they could, and they said they did find an unusual number of drow in the area, but the street was clear by the time they arrived.
Yeah. The Castellanter forces are entirely unimpressive.
Well, I mean, okay, so this is, don't get me wrong, this is wonderful news, and we will find a way to very quietly get those dragons into the Force Grey coffers as soon as
Into
possible.
the city's coffers. Right, that is tax money, as far as we understand, that was embezzled by Daggled Neverember, and is therefore...
Yes, and we, being caretakers of the city, will be taking that coin to fund our endeavors to continue protecting the city.
That seems like it should be up to the Blackstaff, and given that we also need the Blackstaff for another matter, it would seem important to do our best to get in touch.
Corsonis, are you accusing me of acting outside of the Blackstaff's jurisdiction and without their consent?
I'd like to point out that the Blackstaff isn't actually the master of the city still.
No, they are not. They are, in fact, not the Open Lord or the Masked Lords of Waterdeep. However, they are the head of Force Grey, in which case they should be notified so that they, as the representative of Force Grey, can speak to the Open and Masked Lords of Waterdeep. Unless you'd like us all to do so. Which I'm fully welcome to do. Prepared to do. Willing to do.
And you think the Blackstaff wants to talk to you directly?
I think I and my friends here have knowledge of everything that has gone on that is indispensable, yes.
Well, we'll take that under advisement. But before we get to that, I do believe there's a more pressing issue, one involving a certain contract.
Yes, that was the other reason I had wished to loop in the Blackstaff, a powerful wizard. And at this point, he will nod towards Jarlaxle. might be exactly what is needed to save those children, and I can think of none more powerful than the Black Staff. Right?
Well, do tell, I am here as their representative.
Well, a plan has been presented. I will do the hands gesture at Jarlax.
Okay, Jarlaxle will explain that it's quite simple, really. Just bypass the children's 10th birthday. I know a magician who can do this quite easily. The only question is how much his concoctions will age the children. It really is difficult to say. It could be, 6 months. It could be 6 years. It could be 16 years. It's not an exact science as far as I know, but for the lives of the children, I'm sure we all want what is best. And ultimately, if you can figure out a way to get this message to Asmodeus, I don't know that you need to age the children at all. You just need to convince Asmodeus that you'll do it if he doesn't break the contract. Asper sort of nods in agreement. There's some conversation between the group just to make sure that she fully understands what the ask is. And when she does, she says, okay, I will contact the Blackstaff and see what magics they have available. From the other corner of the room, you hear a, excuse me, boss. Quick question.
Yes, Vincent.
Big Hat Guy said you might not need to age the children. I don't know what we're talking about here, but I did hear something about getting Asmodeus a message.
Would you happen to know how to do that, Vincent?
Oh, no, I was asking you if you knew how to do that.
No. Absolutely not.
Anybody got any ideas? Because it sounds to me
I'm
like
fairly certain you just stand in a crossroads and say, hey, Asmodeus, I want to talk to you.
Okay, as much as I love it, Tyler, I gave you an inspiration last week for referencing the crossroads. I'm not doing it again. Vincent says, all right, well, I mean, Big Hat Dude over there said might not have to do magic on these kids to stop whatever it is you're trying to stop, as long as you can get this Asmodeus' message. Sounds like it's pretty important figuring out how to do that, so at least you know your options.
We could always ask the Castellanters.
Is it
precisely what I was thinking?
I don't know. Seems like they might not really inclined to talking to y'all right now, boss. If you
If it's to save their children, I think they may change their minds, but you're not wrong. Not wrong at all.
Yeah, but I mean, everything's worth a shot, but they are the ones who signed the kids away, so I don't know how much they care about their kids, boss.
Well, they also did go through all this trouble to... I mean, they were about to kill a bunch of people and get a bunch of money to get out of that contract. If not for the kids, then I suppose it could be for themselves.
Well, fair enough. You can see if they'll talk to you and all, but I might know somebody, boss. Give me let me get back to you by the end of the day, boss.
Great.
Your help is, as always, appreciated. Do we have this guy on retainer?
I mean, we should.
I don't-
I'm gonna hand him some money.
Good.
Personally, yeah, I feel like we should. Like, I don't know why we haven't yet.
I'm gonna give him a
What do you think?
platinum piece.
Oh, much obliged, boss.
Um,
I'll put this on Rush.
okay. Shit. Her getting
Incredible
benefits.
as always, Vincent. He is more capable in his one soul than the five of us are when we're like peak performance, I think.
Yeah, no, I had no idea, right? I was gonna say, like, have pieties people, talk to them, see if we can set up a little talk. We're getting to gods, bro. I'm just now feeling my legs for a long time. I'm just a guy.
I could I don't know how if I can intentionally dream to talk to my people, but shit, I can try.
There's always prayer. Doesn't that usually work for talking to gods?
I don't know. Do I look like I pray often? I guess I kind of do.
I don't either,
You
but you're
named
the one
yourself
trying to speak
piety.
to the god.
Yeah, you
I did not
yourself
name
Piety.
myself Piety. Some bitch ass sailors named me Piety, and I was just not gonna correct them.
Okay. So you could have changed your name at any point and you just kept it.
I mean, I don't have
You
any better
introduced
ideas.
yourself to us as Piety, so
Yeah, because that's what people
As
call
I recall,
me.
that day we said, hey, if you want to turn over a new leaf, today's the day to do it, friend.
But I couldn't think any. Listen, if I find a new name that I like, I'll let y'all know. But for
So
now,
for right now, it's Piety.
fucking Piety, I guess.
And
Get
you're
to praying.
cool with a god, right? Like, this is just
IE.
Wait,
like you're homies with a god. I don't know how much else pious
Yeah.
you can be.
Yeah. See, that's where the name comes from.
Well, call him.
All right, I'll try. Damn. Like right now.
Oh no,
I love
man.
this character.
That's your friend, bro.
All right, well, don't all stare at me. Damn, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
And I'll I don't know, stare out the window, do something, and just like, hey, Ilmater, or angels of, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Listen, I'd love to talk. So if you could infect my dreams or whatever tonight, that'd be greatly appreciated. I don't mean to infect like a bad, yeah, love to talk. Thank you. Amen. I'll walk
Glass
downstairs.
cup to the door.
Wait, what's that, Oni?
Glass cup to the door. I'm
Okay,
trying to
awesome.
listen in on that conversation. That's
Awesome.
all I
Oni, make me a stealth check.
Oh, I need to see what this looks like. What?
Come on, bro.
I forgot. Did I? Oh my god, I got +9, bro. What the fuck?
There's no way I'm fucking hearing you.
Okay, you want to make a perception check,
I would
Piety?
love to watch this.
Okay.
Exactly.
As you are taking a quiet moment, Piety, to reflect and really try and feel that connection to Ilmater and ask, plead almost to have some more direct communication with them this evening, perhaps to induce some dreams like you've had in the past where you've communicated. You hear some creaking that you are absolutely certain is a sign from Ilmater that he will make it so, and that your direct communication is imminent. Meanwhile, Kaz, you gingerly take your foot off the squeaky floorboard and put it down on one that is more solid. When you hear silence, Kaz, you gingerly back away from the door and slide quietly back down the stairs to join the others. It is not long. Yeah, go for it.
That's it. I saw something.
Okay. We'll say that took maybe the whole thing, maybe 20 minutes, half hour. Jarlaxle is just making himself at home. Surprisingly getting along very well with Mert. Asper is a little bit more suspicious, but friendly. And about 15 minutes after you are done, Piety, Vincent Trench re-enters the haunt. Hey, boss. My friend's got some news. So, yeah, it sounds like you guys have really sort of stepped in it. But my friends, they got a lot of experience with devils. So I trust them. They know what they're talking about. They said if you want to just get a message to this Asmodeus character, you're going to have to send that message with the devil and send that devil back to hell. So sounds like you got to find yourself a devil and dispatch it, but do so with whatever message you want sent intact, either in some infernal carved on the body or magic scroll with the text you want sent. But gonna be tricky, boss. You know, I'm still not entirely clear what's going on, boss, but best I could figure, you're trying to prevent something from happening to some kids by using some magic. My friends did say that if you just use the magic on them kids, well, once the magic is used, Asmodeus will know, then you won't have to worry about sending no message. It's only if you don't want to use the magic, want to threaten that you'll use it, well, Asmodeus is strong, but he's not strong enough that he can just read your intent. That's when you're going to have to send a message, boss. That makes sense?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So we have the options to threaten to age the children and sending the message via the killing of a devil to Asmodeus to ensure he gets that message, to potentially trick him into breaking the contract himself, or we age the children, potentially sort of ruining perhaps the rest of their lives if it's more than 10 years, and just evading the contract notes in the first place.
But
which doesn't absolve the contract in its entirety, provided that other Castellantir children are to come into being.
Well, I mean, Does the contract say anything about other Castle-Tier children?
I believe it says all Castle-Tier children ever.
Yeah.
I don't think it says anything about current.
Yes. In exchange, the beneficiaries agree to forfeit the souls of any offspring their union has brought forth, or to be conceived in the future.
Well,
But that's easy. That's not a problem. I mean, a simple castration will take care of that. So
Oy.
we should head to the Castle-Tiers, grapple a devil. I'll hold it. You carve the message in its back, and then we kill it.
well, I mean, I guess I could give you the third option then. My friend said they'd take care of getting that message to Asmodeus if you want them to.
Oh.
Why should they do this for us? I mean, not that I'm not grateful.
Oh, I mean, it'd be expensive.
Okay.
How expensive we talking?
Well, they said like 300,000 dragons.
Oh,
Yep. Right, Xidi, you think you can grapple it?
There it is.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I believe you.
yeah. I feel like she can do it. I feel like
This character should have been a barbarian.
You're so right.
Beef druid.
also,
Well, I'll let them know they weren't looking forward to going back to hell anyway.
Oh my god.
you got quite a lot of friends.
Kaz, I just want to point out we're standing in a room with just gesture.
No, I mean, these guys are a piece of work. They gave my brother what for, but he's a real asshole. So I took a real shine to him. They're living it up down at Baldur's Gate these days.
I'm trying not to look at Jarlaxle because I am deeply afraid right now, and I'm just gonna act like he's not there.
Jarlaxle
the
is
part
giving
door?
Vincent Trench the stink eye.
Jarlaxle, do you have any friends who could get a message to Asmodeus?
Oh, I don't truck with those types of individuals. I like good God-fearing people like yourselves.
All right, so who's ready to grapple a devil?
You are.
You?
You got this, girl.
Okay, I just want to verify that the plan right now is to go back to the Castle-Tiers estate and find a devil and carve into it and then send it to hell.
We could like
That seems, unless one of you are actually a devil and I don't know.
I think the bigger part is that we're basically trying to. Well, I guess we're not bluffing the Lord of Lies.
No,
but
I think that's very important. It certainly can't be a bluff. If he does not answer us or refuses us, we must then.
we should be ready and more than willing. And I think willing
Yeah.
is not quite the problem. It's ready that is the problem.
Well, Jarlaxle knows a guy.
Oh, would you like me to get in touch and see if we can't figure out? If you like, we'll
At least
get some.
put him in the back pocket.
Right, and all. You know what I'll do? I can tell how much you care about these children. I'll get some, and he does air quotes, volunteers, and test some versions of the potion to see approximately how long it ages people.
You know, only if they're willing.
Oh, that would be
If
willing.
they're
they will certainly
no.
be willing. And Charlaxle's laughing to himself as he walks out.
We'll make. Okay, he's gone. Oh,
You, you know, I'm okay if they age up past like 10 years, right? Because it's like,
right. Because in the grand scheme of things, well, this is eternity we're talking about.
Yeah,
like,
but then they're grown folks with the socialization of an 8-year-old.
That's a problem. But then they'll get to potentially still die and live in eternal bliss.
one is being
Versus
dead, or
I mean, Exidia is right. We are talking about eternity as the lowest of the low.
eternally fighting as a foot soldier in the Blood War.
and you didn't even get there because you wanted to be there or needed to be there. Someone signed you up. So I just you know what I'm saying? I don't think that would be worth it.
Right, I'm just saying.
It
that-
would suck. It will suck. It will definitely suck if they get old suddenly. Hopefully they won't. But that's still better.
That's why I'm still all for waiting on a perhaps more potentially reliable wizard. I'm just
We have 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Get out your phone books.
2 weeks is not a lot of
Listen.
time.
Corsonis,
I literally
you
look
are the
over.
best wizard that I think I know. So I think this one's on you.
I'm somewhat
Okay,
of a
I'm
wizard
not even the
myself,
best wizard I know.
Yeah, and I don't know. Well, okay, we could go to the school, but I think that we're already dealing with enough people that are already maybe not. I don't know. There's a lot of wizards in Waterdeep. If we can get the Blackstaff's help, that would be great. But can she do this?
I will look over at Aster, like, I've never actually met the Blackstaff. If I had, I would simply send to the Blackstaff, and that would probably shortcut a lot of the issues we're having right now. Of maybe can they, will they, won't they? I mean,
Yes, well, I mean, can
but I
they?
don't know the Blackstaff.
Can they? I presume that they can, right? But I do not know the entirety of the Blackstaff's powers. I assume this is well within her abilities. I think the larger question, though, is will she? I know that sounds callous, but with the number of individuals in Waterdeep and the number of hardships that people face, it is understandable that if she gets involved on a personal level with each and every one of them, that might just be her existence. I'm not saying she will or she won't. I'm just saying I imagine that is part of the consideration. I don't know her to be an individual where everyone with some potentially life-threatening hardship can just appeal to the Blackstaff and she waves her hand and solves the issue. That certainly is not going on. So there's some criteria of judgment. What that is, I don't know. I don't presume to know. Only they know. But it's certainly worth asking. I certainly feel this is a worthy cause. It, I hate to say it, but it is the way that Waterdeep works. This is a threat to not just to two individual children, but to the whole noble structure of Waterdeep. And that does make this issue rise to a higher level. Which in this particular case is good news for the children. I will certainly make the best case that I can to the Blackstaff, and I will appeal further that she hear from you all directly if that is what you wish.
Yes.
If it will help the case for the children, then absolutely. But if only one of those things can be done, I'm far more concerned with the fact that there are a very, it seems, limited number of wizards who can do the thing that we desperately need to save these kids. I will gesture at my fellow owners, we can figure out how to move the dragons. We can figure out how to get them to the treasury. We can figure those things out, but we cannot create a potion to magically age children and save their lives. The Blackstaff can do that. That is perhaps one of the most peculiar requests I think will be coming to the Blackstaff. But it is, at least as far as I can tell, also currently the most crucial.
Understood. I will.
I'm just
yeah,
looking for
please.
confirmation from my companions. Like, definitely the kids over the money.
Nod.
Excellent. Well, I will stress again to her that you have found the money, but not as a primary concern, but only as a means to underscore how concerned you are with the city as a whole, and what good hearts you all have, and use that to move into the more personal plea for assistance in saving the lives of these two children. Yes, well, we will be in touch. I will, I will make the case to her immediately. And as she and Mert get up to go, Mert sort of tips his cap to all of you and says, well, my better half here is the one with the powerful magical connections, but if you need bodies or muscle to move things around, you know where to find me. And the two of them leave. As they are leaving, they are almost bowled over, however, by a figure, a disheveled figure, come charging through the door. Breathing heavily. It's your boy, Brisket.
Brisket!
I'm in some trouble. Need help. And he collapses into a chair.
I get him some water.
He chugs the water down, right? Holds the mug out again as he's starting to breathe a little slower. Yeah. Can I get another glass, please?
Yeah, sure. What happened?
He takes the glass, chugs about half of it, reaches into his cloak, pulls Meatball Sub out of his sub pocket.
There you go, buddy.
Starts jumping on that.
Can I help him calm down his breathing for a second?
Yeah, how do you plan on helping him calm his breathing down?
When he's not eating a fucking meatball sandwich. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Takes another bite of his sandwich. Okay. So, you knows how you guys came over to the library to do some research?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't help but hearing what you were researching. So I decided to continue the research on my own. And the research might have led to some, I don't know how you say it, experiments, maybe? Or maybe some ritual type things. And yeah, no, there's some stuff at the library that it's really freaking me out. It really won't leave me alone. And I don't know what to do. I was hoping you guys could take care of it. I can't lose that job.
Did you invite some unsavory characters from another realm into the library, Brisket?
Look, invite is a complicated term. I was asking for some help on some stuff, and I don't know. Like, I'm not a magic guy, so maybe I mixed up some things here or there, and maybe something was interpreted as an invitation that wasn't intended as one.
Brisket, you're incredible. We were just discussing how we need a devil. Fantastic. Let's get to the library.
Are
It's
they
like
devils?
You preempt our every need. You're the best.
Hey, well, I'm glad you feel that way. Preempting needs is it's sort of my thing. And he reaches into his pocket and is now double fisting meatball subs.
Okay, Piety had a really good point though. Is it a devil?
I don't know what it is. I haven't really got a great look at it.
I was researching devils, so if that's what you were experimenting on.
Well, I mean, you were researching devils, but you were researching the contract and how to like get out of the contract. And so I was looking into some of that stuff and trying to save those kids, to try to figure out how to get kids out of a devil contract. And then things started showing up.
I have every faith. We need to go. Bye, everybody.
Wow. Hey, let's hang on now.
Right.
We've had a very long day already.
I want to go to bed. Not
There are
sleep, but you
devils
know what I mean.
in the library.
I
Yeah.
hear you, but there's
I
also
mean-
wizards at the library.
Those things have been there for a while, so I don't think they're going anywhere. I did light a huge fire on the first floor just to keep people out. I mean, the fire's out. Like, I didn't leave the fire burn. I'm not crazy, but I needed something to keep people out of the library until I could figure out what to do with these things, because they've been there. They've been bugging me for a couple days. I tried to shoo them out, but a shoo doesn't really work on whatever these things are.
So, let me make sure I got this straight. To help us, you ended up summoning a devil inside the library. Now they're stuck in the library. We're not even sure if they're devils.
Right.
You started a fire in the library to keep people out of the library, put the fire down, and ran to us?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it.
You didn't want to call a guard?
If I call the guard, they're going to go up there. They're going to find out why these things, whatever they are. And again, you're the one who keeps. I don't know what these things are, right? But if I call the school guard or the city guard, there's going to be an investigation, and they're going to find out that I am the one who set these things loose, and I'm going to lose my job, and I can't lose my job. So if you guys can take care of it, because I mean, hell, you're even welcome back on campus now. And he gestures towards you, Nim.
You know what? We had a bit of a long day, but I feel like I could maybe rally a little, and go handle this.
Hey, well,
But
look,
I should check with the others as well.
I mean, if there's a bed I could sleep in, maybe we could just sleep here tonight. I haven't really slept in like 4 days.
Yeah, I think there's somewhere you can sleep upstairs, Brisket. Yeah,
Right,
go
'cause
upstairs, pick somewhere.
like I said, so far these things aren't going anywhere. If we want to deal with it in the morning, I think that's fine. Also, I'm not sure when this guy turned into Bobcat Goldthwait, but like I'm rolling with it, so fuck it.
I love the reluctancy of everybody wanting to do this so far, except Xidiot. Like,
I'm in. Corsonis is in. I feel fine. I was prepared to flip our card if it meant fighting Joe Axel. Why are you looking at me like that was a weird thing to say?
that was a weird thing. to say.
Yeah. Yep.
But
You
I'm
tried?
I'm down to go. I'm down.
All right, then let's go, everybody.
You know what, Brisket? You might be okay if you stay here.
No, I'm not letting my friends deal with this on their own. If you go, I'm going with. I mean, I'm gonna hide behind you guys. I'm not insane, but I'm not gonna stay here while y'all fight my battles for me. And shoves half a meatball sub in his face. All right, let's go.
Brisket.
All right, before you go, but can you at least take this? And I'll give him a drink, but I'm going to, if I can, use my inspiring leader to give him some temp HP.
Yeah, love it.
Aw.
Fantastic.
Which everyone should have 10 if it hasn't been expended by all Fire Eyes.
As you guys
or
get
other such cliff diving experiences that have occurred today.
as you guys get ready to head out to the new Olm Library, Vincent Trench, the only non-haunt member other than Brisket who is still in the haunt, just sort of shakes his head. You got some wild friends, boss.
I'm gonna give him like the high five that slaps back and forth a couple times as we leave.
Nice. Yeah, whatever crazy, complicated high five handshake routine that you do, somehow Vincent Trench knows it and is able to match it, no problem.
Hell yeah!
Of
This is my
course he
second
can.
buddy. This is my second handshake buddy.
Good. Like
He just
it-
knows a guy that knows a guy. He just knows
Mhm.
everything, right?
He knows every
Live
guy.
Tiger's eye, private eye.
I love this
You can't
guy.
get mad at it. We
Yeah.
kind of lucked out by like moving in next to him.
I think he saved our ass like at least twice.
Oh yeah, for
We
sure.
know the guys ever.
Okay.
We gotta give him like a good review. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to.
Yeah.
Oops. Let me. Oh, that's not really looking so great. Okay. Let me move you to this map. Okay.
Ooh.
Can everybody see in varying degrees?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me explain what has happened. Brisket has led you across the city back to the new Olam Library. He has taken you up the winding staircase further up than the stacks where you initially found him, and further up still from the stacks where you found him to do research. You're towards the top of the library at this point, and the configuration is there's sort of a landing in the middle, right? And each that landing, there are 4 large study rooms that also have some stacks in sort of each corner of the building. You are in the study room that is in the northeast corner, right? So on the west here, where you guys have entered, there's a doorway, right? On the south end, you probably can't see because of the stacks, but there's a door down at the bottom, right? And then up at the top, there's a window, and directly across from you, there is also a window. And Brisket says, "Well, this is the quietest place in the building, and your boy came up here, tried to implore some otherworldly assistance in helping those 2 poor kids, and some things started showing up, and they're around here somewhere, but they really like to sneak up on you. So I don't know. I mean, like when I go looking for them, it's sort of hard to find them, but they do sneak up on me. And every time I try and go to sleep, they're waking me up. It's a real problem. And I can't, I've locked this room off and closed it off for a couple days, but I can only do that for so long. I had to light the fire downstairs to keep everybody out of the library. I don't know how much longer I can stall. I'm running out of ideas here. So if you guys can take care of this and do it quietly, that'd be a real help.
Right. We'll do it kind about quietly. I'm gonna walk over to the bookshelves over here,
Mm-hmm.
and start running my hands across the spines of them,
Mhm.
and just kind of start humming, start quietly picking some notes out on the lyre, and
Yeah,
soon
they hate
enough
when
I'm going to
hate when you do that.
yeah.
Yes!
Soon I'm going to start singing, and I am
Mhm.
going to conjure and pull some of these books off of the shelf, and they're going to configure
Mhm.
into like a very visible like musical ordinance, and I will animate a bunch of books to create a large. Is that right? Large. Is that right? Yeah. Large confluence of items to come with us as as we go through the library.
Okay.
Theoretically, I'm just making an item, but thought it'd be cool to do a bunch of books as the visual of it.
Okay. Love it. And is the dancing item
Yes. Yes.
so I already created. Okay, fantastic.
Yes, you did.
Great.
Thank you.
Let
By the way.
me Yeah, no worries. I'm sorry I don't have a better looking
Oh, it's
token for it.
fine.
Yeah.
I could have done something about that and I didn't. So.
No worries. Great. So you're there. Anybody else
And I
doing
just-
anything?
Turn back to everyone else while still playing with the shittiest shit-eating grin.
I'm like grabbing Exidia by the arm and like following her around wherever because I'm not getting caught away from her when these things come around.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I think Exidia will just start wandering.
Okay. Oni, do you need someone to stream so you can see what's going on?
That would be nice, but I'm imagining it
Okay.
pretty well right now. I guess I'm gonna try to like see if I can track one of them down.
Okay. Why don't you make me a perception check?
$45.
Okay. You don't see anything, right? But your well-honed instincts tell you that you're probably better off looking towards the north end of the library. It just there seems to be some like stacks of books and some debris that you just don't you see it and it just doesn't seem like either trash or debris or um books lying around the way that a humanoid would leave that stuff. Like the books are sitting on the table, but they're all standing up. They're standing upright. They're not laying on their side. They're just a little weird. Anybody else doing anything?
Do I? Nope. Nothing.
Okay.
Spread out and keep searching, I guess.
Okay. As you continue to search, yeah, and actually, I think that will probably do it right there. Well, that'll definitely do it. If everyone could stop, right? The doors slam shut,
Oh, excuse me.
and for those of you that can see, a couple things. Just seem to apparate into existence. And is that what I want to do? Yeah. And if everyone could roll themselves into initiative order, that would be fantastic.
Think.
I have to refresh. I can't stop dragging a sheet around the map, which means I can't click on anything on the map.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Solid 9.
Yes. Okay, you're just getting it out now?
let me. Oh, that 9 hurts, Kaz.
Oh, yeah.
I got a +5 to my to my initiative too.
Do you want to add your tiebreaker to your roll? Just because you've got a 17, which means it might put you up a little bit.
I'll put it in there for you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I think
And
that
with,
actually only puts you just above Exidia. Sorry.
with that, we are, excuse me, we are going to take our 15-minute break. Great. So as y'all were investigating the library in various corners, bits of shadow started to coalesce and take on some greater form, and the first to act, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, swoops down off of one of the stacks towards Exidia and takes a swipe, but a 7 certainly will not hit, which means, Piety, it is your turn.
Oh, there's a guy right next to me. Yeah, I think Piety just like flinches seeing this thing next to her all of a sudden, and as she does, is gonna cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay.
Let's see. Dink for damage. Alright.
And that is a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
You reach out to Ilmater to strike this thing down, and you see that crackle of radiant energy, but this thing just slides out of the way at the last moment.
Perfect. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret this, but I'm not gonna move.
Okay. Anything else for you?
Nope.
Corsonus.
Is there like a wall or something above me? Because for whatever reason, I can no longer see Brisket. Even though I think his token is like right next to me.
It is. There is not a wall above you.
There is just like a patch of blackness
Right.
that is
What it is, right, is that neither you nor Kaz have any light, and the light that is in this room only extends so far.
Got it. Okay. Well, good luck, Brisket, because I can't see a fucking thing near you. I can see the one near Exidia, however, or the one near Piety. What do I have left in the tank? Let's try not to mess up the library. So I will. What's the range on Ray of Frost? Is 60. I will magic missile that one.
Okay.
The one near Piety.
And that is force damage, is that correct?
Correct.
Great. Let's see
I will do that at
damage.
second level.
Okay.
For 17 points of damage.
Yeah. You fire off the magic missile, the 4. What's your magic missile look like? Have we covered this already?
Usually it is him just kind of lifting up whatever sort of debris and detritus he can find around the ground and then just hucking it at people. Mechanic or graphically similar to like a catapult spell, but
got it. In this case, the little checkout cards that are in the back of school library books fly out of 4 of these books, and all 4 of them pierce into this shadow, rendering it dead. The bits of shadow all sort of break apart and fly off towards the window to the east over here. Let me Now make sure that I delete the correct shadow from the initiative order.
Brisket, get behind me. I can't see you.
Anything else for you, Corsonis?
Yeah, I will move a little closer. Trying to get into more light and yell for Brisket as I walk.
Okay. Actually, just realized, speaking of Brisket, a little bit of a problem here. My man needs to get into initiative order. All right, is that it for you?
That's it.
All right, fantastic. Nim.
Okay. As to start the turn, I'm going to bonus action. Give Exidia Bardic Inspiration. And by giving Bardic Inspiration, I'll be able to command the dancing item in that same turn.
Okay.
So at the end of my turn, it will be able to move and take its actions.
Great.
And as a full action, Brisket, how quiet do I got to be?
We'll deal with it later. Just kill these things.
Righto, I'm casting Shatter.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I see this one here.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll do that. Oh. Whew.
All right. Let's see. And is there any damage on a save?
On a save, it is half damage.
Okay. So you see this thing dodge out of the way. In addition, right, you've cast this spell enough before that you recognize it's not really doing the amount of damage that you would expect it to do.
All right. I don't have magic that doesn't deal thunder damage. But these books do. These books are going to fly over to the shadow over here and pummel through this spectral form. 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
It'll be 9 points of force damage. And it starts its turn with its speed reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
The shadow does. Yep. And that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, that guy looks really bad. You
Yay!
see, you see it gets slammed by these animated books. The shadow looks like it's going to dissipate in the same way it did when Corsonis shot the other one full of checkout cards, but just enough of this has sort of coalesced back together that it still seems to be active. Anything else for you?
Nope, that'll be it for my turn.
All right. Let's see. Okay. This shadow will yeah, I guess it'll just strike out of these dancing books. Oh goodness. And it took such a hit that it cannot reach or grasp anything. Let's see what Brisket can do. Yeah, Brisket will. Well, let me see what Brisket can see, actually. Well, that's not helpful. Oh, okay. Brisket will come up beside you, Corsonis, and he will point in this direction, right? And he'll sort of pull at your shirt or cloak and just Corsona, there's one over there. I think you got a good shot at it while it's messing with Exidia. And he is giving you the help action, and you will have advantage on your next attack on that. And that is Brisket's turn. Which shadow is this? Okay, great. This guy will also swoop down and take a shot at Exidia. Will a 16 hit?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
And when it does, a little blast of force goes back at it.
Okay.
I'm going to use the telekinetic reprisal.
Okay, is that force damage?
Yes.
Okay, and how much damage is that?
So I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. I also
DC 16.
right. You take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
DC 16
Yeah.
on that strength save. That is a save, right?
Okay.
So you take 11 points of necrotic damage. I also need you to roll a D4 for me.
You also need what?
I need you to roll a D4.
Okay. So if they save, they take 4 force damage.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can see this takes a good bit of its shadow just sort of falls off and sort of evaporates into the air. But the blast that it has given to you as its form sort of sweeps through you it's quite draining, and your strength score is reduced by 2. And that is its turn. Kaz.
I'm going to come into that little space in between Nim and Brisket.
Okay, so you want to move right here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me move you there.
Let's see the shade from here.
Sorry.
Ain't no problem. Could you give me an estimate of how close the nearest shadow is?
Yeah, absolutely. From you, there the 2 by Exidia are 25 and 30 feet, and the 1 by the dancing item is 35 feet, all of which you can see, and I don't think you can see any others right now.
Okay, I will just. I do not know how far. Okay, 60 feet. Okay, I'm going to shoot one of the shadows with a ray of frost.
Okay. Would you like to shoot the one by the dancing item or one of the two by Exidia?
One of the two by Exodia. Probably. Actually, I'm going to shoot by the one that Brisket pointed out, and that'll be it.
Okay.
Oh my god, I gotta click the damage button. Okay, there we go. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. $17.
Yeah, 17 absolutely hits.
What?
That is 11 cold damage, but you notice, right, that isn't quite doing the damage that you would expect either.
Oh.
But let me see. That's 4. Okay. Great. Is there anything else you would like to do on this turn? That's it.
I would like to. How far away is Exidia from me? 30 feet? 35?
Exidia is like 25 feet, I believe.
Oh, 25 feet. Perfect. I'm going to use my bonus action to use my help action to attack one of the shadows. I'm assuming I'm going to do the one that I just recently attacked.
Okay, so that would be this one right here. Great.
Yeah, that.
And with that, Exidia, it is your turn.
All right, yeah, on my turn, I will attack that one with Primal Savagery.
Yeah, that'll do.
And then I'm going to also. What's your Bardic Inspiration die?
It's a D8.
Add the 3 extra damage, so 19 acid damage.
What you can see is that you have definitely hit this thing. The acid is burning into it much slower than you would expect. But it does do the job, and this thing is ended. Similar to the shadow by Piety that Corsonis ended, all of the bits of shadow seem to fly off towards the window to the east. Is there anything else you would like to do, Exidia?
No, that's it.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I think that is it for our next friend. Piety, it is your turn.
I'm gonna scooch around this here thing so I can see. And I have both of my spell slots, so I'm gonna change that. And I feel like this is all I do nowadays because I'm playing a cleric in Baldur's Gate 3 and a divine soul sorcerer and my dear beloved holy warlock here. I'm gonna guiding bolt this thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
At 3rd level, because that's what my slots are now. Play.
Yeah, that
You
definitely
love to
hits.
fucking see it. Guiding bolt loves me for
Yeah.
now. I
Let's see
fear the
that
day that it
damage.
stops loving me.
Oh, I mean, this thing, it's just a shadow. So it's hard to tell, but as you round the corner, Piety, you could swear that you see this thing like trying to lean itself flat up against its bookshelf as if it's trying to hide so that it can jump out against somebody. But you catch it and just absolutely obliterate it. Similarly, its shadow also sort of, dissipates, but you can see bits of it flying off to the east towards this window. Anything else for you, Piety?
That will do it.
All right. Corsonas.
I can only see one left. I have assistance for it. Over by Exidia. Got it. Thanks, Brisket. That is as far as I can go. That was like the super long way around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can't get into my other spells range anyway. I'm running low on spell slots, but I do have assistance on a Ray of Frost. Only other cantrip. Oh,
Yeah, that'll hit. Let's see that damage. Yeah, it definitely hits, but similarly, as you have seen several times before, not nearly as much as you had hoped, although you do see bits of frost hanging off of it and can surmise that it might have the anticipated difficulty moving that you have seen as one of the effects from this cantrip previously. Anything else you'd like to do, Corsonas?
nope. That's it.
It's about at this time that you all can hear some low sort of groaning coming from the eastern end of the building. Nim.
I hate that. I'm gonna go take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just yell, watch yourself, Kaz, and give him Bardic Inspiration. I should be tracking how many of those I give out. Okay. And then I'm gonna, let's see, I think I'm gonna dash past this wall to like try to pinpoint the source of that noise,
Okay.
but I
Yeah.
don't see anything.
Nope. Don't see anything. Not yet.
All right. The books
Mhm.
are going to continue attacking
Yeah. Let's
over
see it.
here.
18
Oh,
will do.
okay.
And with 9 force damage, that thing is ended. And oops, I keep hitting the wrong thing. And you and Piety in particular I mean, everyone sees this shadow sort of dissipate and sort of fly off towards the east, but you and Piety in particular see it sort of swirl around and um, overhead, sort of in this area a little bit, right? And sort of evaporate, but it's hard to tell if it's evaporated or if it's clinging to the ceiling, or is it just not well lit here and that's an actual hard to tell at this point.
Okay. Yeah, the books move back closer to this to our friends. They'll have an additional 10 feet of movement at the start of their next turn.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me.
Brisket swings around behind Kaz and it just screaming, "Kill those books! Kill those books!" Yeah, our shadow friend will take another swipe and try and engulf Exidia in shadow again. 22 will certainly hit. That is 8 points of necrotic damage. And if you could roll another d4 for me. Your strength is drained another 2 points.
I will hit him with another telekinetic reprisal.
Okay.
So, strength save versus 8 damage.
Yeah. Oh no, that is not at all the same. So it swipes through you and drains some of your strength, but in doing so, your retribution is to obliterate this thing and send shards of it dissipating around the room, but eventually, as you've seen with all of the others, over towards the eastern side of the room, where the moaning intensifies, Nim and Piety, it's particularly loud for the two of you as bits of shadow swirl and pull down from the ceiling and are joined by these bits of shadow that come from the creature that Exidia just ended. And the following apparates right next to you.
Oh, good. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Kaz, it is your turn.
Okay. I would have come around to this. Would have come around to the side to see if I could get a angle on the big boy over there by Nim and Piety.
Okay, so where are you looking to head? Down here?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me just get you a measurement on that. That's 40 feet. Do you need to be closer, or is that good for you?
I think I'm good right here where I'm at.
Okay.
And, oh my god, I don't have a lot for these creatures. I'm going to. Actually, I don't have it. I'm just going to shoot him with another ray of frost. I don't have that many arrows. I'm keeping track of them. Let's hope I don't miss, guys. Come on. Okay.
Yeah, let's see it.
That's an
Ouch.
8.
Yeah. Ouch. No, that sails over what you're guessing would be its right shoulder.
Okay. Bonus action. I am going to try to hide by pressing myself against this little wall right here. I just don't want him to see me.
Okay. Against which wall? The one up here or the one over
Yeah.
here? Oh, the one
one
up
up
here.
top.
Okay. Yeah, roll me that stealth check, please.
Okay, I guess I'm doing the road things.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Love it. Exidia, what have you got?
All right, I will rush forward. I'm trying to not whip out a flame blade in the library, so
Okay.
I will use primal savagery again. Not an advantage, but that's 14.
Yeah, 14 will hit.
6 acid damage.
Great. Yeah, you again, it hits. It is doing damage, but you see that it is burning a little bit slower than you would anticipate. So not quite as much damage as you would normally expect from your primal savagery. Anything else that you'd like to do?
That's it.
Okay. Um Okay. Let's Great. I need Piety, Nim, and Exidia to all make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, good. Yep. Nim and I are doing the Scooby Doo thing. I jumped up
Okay.
into his arms.
Raggy?
Okay. Everybody sticking with those?
I don't know if I want to, but yeah. Question mark.
Okay. So, first, everybody takes, all three of you have failed, right? You each take 10 psychic damage, right? And all three of you are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Nice.
Piety, that comes pretty quickly for you.
Yay!
Corsonus.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I can see a big, scary, dark thing made of shadow. I will run to about there. As a bonus action. Yeah, as a bonus action, I will pull Nim away from it with telekinetic shove.
Okay. So, like down here, back there.
Right there is good.
Great.
Oh boy. And then for my action, go ahead and you will use my last second level slot to, at this point, just start throwing books.
Great.
Like card catalogs are
Yeah.
being. That's a second level magic missile.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's see that damage. All right.
That's some terrible D4s. You failed me D4s.
But I mean, might not be great relative to what it could be, but you have punched some pretty significant holes through this thing. Nim, your stun has now ended. Brisket will run. He'll just run directly up to you so fast, Kaz, that he'll just bump into the back of you. And he'll just start screaming, yeah, that's it. Get that thing. And it is now your turn, Kaz. He has no mechanical advantage on this because he's too far away. But
Thanks for the support.
actually, I'm going to amend it 1 second. He does chuck a meatball like over your shoulder at it. Go for it. Has no effect.
Thank you. Oh my god. Let's see what's the best thing I can do for it right now. I'm gonna be honest. Can I? No. Fuck it. I gotta go over there. I'm gonna like run over towards Nim, and I'm gonna drag. I'm gonna try to drag them away.
Okay. Let's see. So that's 10, 20, 30. Right. And so you're going to use your bonus action dash to try and drag them away.
Yeah.
Okay. You can get to, let's say, 5, 10, 15, right about there.
Okay. Let's see. And I'm just going to bless everybody. Well, everybody I can, which is really just going to be Exidia, Piety, and Nim. If I'm
Okay.
First level.
Great.
That's all I got.
That's it. Okay. A little correction for Exidia, Piety, and Nim. Your stun will end at the end of its turn, not your turn.
Oh, okay.
Right. Which shouldn't really have much of an effect. It is going to step forward, and Nim, since Kaz just saved you from this, if you could roll any die you would like, with an even number it will attack Piety, and with an odd number it will attack Exidia.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, Piety.
Thanks.
Hey, I'm blessed, y'all. Y'all be all right, guys.
Yeah, I'm hashtag blessed.
It's a 20 hit.
I would venture to say that it would.
Okay. That is 23 psychic damage.
Oh my god.
Ouchies. Ouchies, ouchies. That's like half of my hit points.
You're like,
The good news is it is your turn, and you are once again able to move.
Wonderful. Man. Oh, he's right up next to me. I hate it here. I don't want to get grabbed when I run for my life. I'm gonna Misty Step. I'm gonna
Okay.
Misty Step to right here by Corsonis. And then I will try and Sacred Flame.
Great.
Dink.
Yeah, unfortunately, as that crackle of radiant energy makes impact with the ground, this thing just sort of swirls around it and dodges its effect.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
Anything
That's
else
all
for
I
you?
got.
Excellent.
Well, who I guess I've been hit, but has anybody been Hoyt that I can see? Corsonis and Exidia, how are y'all looking?
Golden.
Okay.
I like 3/4.
Okay. Given that I did just abandon you, I'm gonna Oh wait, no, I don't have a bonus action. I misty stepped. I'm going to send thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
Mwah.
Amazing.
That's it.
Corsonis.
Oh boy. I will look at the card catalogs that have been ghostbustered and are now strewn all over the floor where the sonic explosion went off. Look back at Brisket and oh boy. Well, this might be your job anyway, and since I am running out of low-level spell slots, I will cast Erupting Earth on it.
Okay. Yikes.
It is a 20-foot cube, which I will basically put it in the corner so that I am not hitting Exidia or anyone else. I will try to hit as little of the library as possible.
Right. So
it maybe.
So basically, you're saying it's going to be in like the northwest corner, right?
Like that.
Okay, gotcha. Deck save, huh?
Yeah, or a 19 bludgeoning damage.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah. You see the floor, like initially, the floor underneath it initially buckles downwards, right? And it sort of drops a little bit before it, recovers and hovers in its position. But then in the places where the floor has buckled downwards, earth just erupts up through those cracks, and it erupts too quickly for this thing to move out of the way, and it gets slammed pretty good. You can see the bits of shadow are now falling off of it. It's hard to tell, but it looks like there might be some sort of core that these shadows are coalescing around. Anything else for you?
It's not going to help this turn, but I can pull Exidia a little bit closer to us and hopefully pull them away next turn so they don't get hit while paralyzed. Actually, you know what? I will try to telekinetically shove the creature into the middle of the square.
Okay. And I assume that's a strength save?
Correct. DC 16 strength saving throw.
And with that, our creature friend becomes center square.
The entire area inside that is difficult terrain.
Got it.
And I will move down a little closer. Because we can see bits of shadow pulling off of this thing, you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to keep an eye on them. But that's it for me.
Great. Nim, you are up.
I'm just gonna cast Fairy Fire on it. See how that goes.
Okie dokie. Another deck save. Yeah, this thing is lit up.
Okay. And then following that, no Bardic Inspiration, but I'll just use the bonus action command to make the Flight of Books dash closer.
Okay,
And that will be our turns.
great. Brisket is now full on just chucking meatballs from where he is. They're all landing approximately here. Kaz, you're up.
Oh. Okay. This guy
It's
is
Fairy
8.
Fired, so you've got sneak attack and advantage and shit.
Yeah, I was just about to shoot at him with my short bow. Keeping track of these arrows has been the thing that's been making me not want to use them, actually.
I have
I-
4 if you want them off of my quiver, apparently.
Oh my god, please give me those. I'm going to. We need to go shop. I'm going to aim and shoot at the big monster. Hopefully, I can hit. Watch this, guys. Watch this, guys. Boom.
You have advantage.
Oh, I could roll again.
We're watching again. We're watching again.
Shit.
Okay, 14 was the coolest one.
Okay. You gonna roll sneak attack?
Oh my god, I forgot what my sneak attack is. That's so long.
Mhm.
I believe it's 3d6.
Okay. Watch this, guys. Big damage coming their way. Okay,
Oh.
9. Not bad.
Not bad. You doubled it. Which
Right,
is
and-
resistant to piercing damage. Then.
Right. And I mean, you don't have a magical bow or arrows, correct?
I don't have a magical. I am the magic thing right now.
Okay. Right. I mean, you got a magic pie tin, but outside of chuck that at him. No, you
Also got the
look.
shower cap.
Right. You hit
See-
these things, and being, the expert marksman that you are, you can tell that these things are flying a little too easily through this shadow, but you can see it ripping bits of it off as they fly through. And as they do fly through and rip little bits off, you think you can glimpse something underneath all of that shadow. Is there anything else for you, Kaz?
Anything else from me? I am going to try to get in a position where I can give Exiliate the help action to help them attack the beast.
Okay. Fantastic.
And ironically, me being ahead by just this little bit has been a lot to me.
Exidia, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop up on one of the rocks jutting out of the ground
Mhm.
and summon a flame blade and slice into this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it.
Damage,
Ooh.
Sheesh.
12 fire damage.
Yeah, again, amazing, right? Just not doing quite the damage that you hoped it would do. It is, however, having a really rough time staying together. And now, as close as you are and as much damage has been done to it, you think you can see some... I mean, it's hard with all the swirling around, but you think you see some sort of humanoid form underneath all of this. Anything else for you?
What form?
Humanoid form.
Oh.
No, that is it for my turn.
All right. I need wisdom saving throws from Corsonus, Exidia, and the Dancing Books.
It's psychic damage, right?
This will be psychic damage, but there's also another effect if there's a failure.
Okay. All right. Immune to psychic damage, but will take the secondary effect, it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Okay, deflection to boost that to a 20.
Also, Exhibit, you're blessed. I don't know if you had.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Okay. So, Corsonus, you have saved. Tyler and the Dancing Books have not. Tyler and the Dancing Books take 8 points of psychic damage, reduced obviously by whatever resistances or immunities you have. In addition, Corsonus, or I'm sorry, Exidia, you need to make one attack with your flame blade against the Dancing Books, and the Dancing Books need to take one attack against Exidia with whatever their primary attack is.
What if I failed my Constitution save for concentration on Flame Blade?
Then you just need to take a melee attack.
Wrong button. I tried to click mine when yours were popped up immediately.
Okay.
Is this a charmed effect? The
Oh, well, actually, is your are the Dancing Books a construct?
They are, yes.
Then they are not affected.
Woohoo!
But they will take an attack from Exidia.
That's fine.
Great. Piety, you are up.
Jeez, Scoob. Okay, did you say something about it looking like it's doing the same thing and like coalescing again? Or is it like different?
It looks like as more of it. This is different in that the other things where the shadows were sort of flying off and sort of coalescing into this thing. This thing, as the shadows, as more and more damage is done and more of the shadow is sort of pulled away, it seems to be revealing something underneath.
Your mic keeps cutting in and out real bad for me.
Okay, let me see if I can solve that. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is this any better?
Sounds good.
So far, yeah.
Okay,
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see how this works. So yeah, the unlike the shadows which coalesced into this thing, as more damage is done to this and the shadows sort of peel off, it seems to be revealing something underneath.
Revealing
something underneath.
Word.
What that is unclear.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it twice. Dink.
Yeah, great.
Perfect. Dink.
Yeah, that second one hits. Let's see that damage.
You had advantage on both of them.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's right. So they both hit.
Dink.
Yeah, and with that,
Let's see it.
these these last bits of shadow are blasted off of this thing and are swirling around until it disappears, and in its place you see the following. Let me hold on 1 second. Just got to move some stuff around here. You see the following, and if everyone could make me I think we'll call it a history check.
Okay.
I'm scared that Max is yelling in chat. I don't know who this is.
I think it's a ghost child.
Okay.
Ah.
It is a ghost child. Everyone can sort of identify that this certainly appears to be an apparition of some sort, and secondly appears to be a child. Corsonus and Exidia recognize the child as Osvaldo Castellanter.
Ooh. Word.
Who do I have to thank for getting me here and freeing me from that nasty bit?
I point at Brisket.
Brisket continues to chuck meatballs. Oh, thank you. I was very lucky to be listening when you started your rituals about saving 2 young children. I assumed you were talking about my brother and sister, Terenzio and Elzarina. Are they still safe?
For now.
Oh. Good. Good. We can't let my parents do to them what they've done to me. If you bring them to me, I can make sure that Asmodeus never gets his hands on them unless they choose to allow it.
For real?
I was going to say, if you don't mind my asking how, we've had several discussions.
Well, I don't know how much you know about ghosts, but we have the ability to age people.
I literally suggested this last week. Or last session. This is on. Oh, man. Ooh.
I mean, that's great of you to offer. We are kind of in the middle of something. We're trying to find have you seen a devil in the library somewhere?
Well, my parents keep a devil in their temple to Asmodeus, under the misguided notion that it's me, and they can bring me back. But they are mistaken. There's no saving me at this point.
Oh.
But we can save my brother and sister.
Okay. Hey, gang. It sounds crazy, but I do kind of think this may be one of our better options.
It does seem like the most expedient at the very least.
Can you leave this place? Could you walk through the town, or would we have to bring them here?
Well, it is unclear. I know I can apparate here, so I guess we could try walking through the town, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just have to meet back up here.
Yeah, we should just bank on you staying here, I think. We can keep this place safe, right? Right, Briss? I'll just look at Brisket.
Hey, I shut this place down already. I'll just keep it shut down for, what, another 6, 8 hours? What do we need?
Yeah, something like that, about 10 hours, probably.
Very well. What's the plan?
Well, we know that not Blast. I wrote his name down. We know Saith Crumley has the Castellanter children. We could ask him to bring them here.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm sure not quite what he's anticipating, but
Okay, hold on a second. Brisket runs out, runs back in with some paper that all of you might recognize, but Nim, you definitely recognize it. It's the same paper that your bills were written on that came flying after you.
I scream.
Right? It's like, no. Put your message on here. It'll get to him in no time.
Oh, good. Yeah, great.
That's perfect.
I can send a message to Cromley. He's in my book.
Even
well,
better.
Yeah, that's probably
You can do
faster.
that. You can do it, but Brisket.
Hey.
You could do that also if
Actually,
you want.
That's all right. I got a great idea. And he scribbled something down, and the paper goes flying off.
Okay.
Then were you saying something?
Well, I was just gonna take some of that paper so I could have some, but
Oh.
this is funnier. So,
All right. So we want Cromley to bring the kids here right now.
yeah, right. Sooner better.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
Are you sure, Corsonis?
You don't sound sure.
Corsonis is absolutely sure. Ted understands we are about to traumatize 10 years off these kids.
Probably at least. Yeah, I will. Oh man, I love casting sending. I love bothering people. I will cast a message to Cromley and just say, "Hey, if you could bring the Castellanter children to where the fuck are we? This is Katie asking. What is this place actually called? Because I was
The
just about to
New
say the
Olam
library.
Library.
I will say that. Urgently, we found a solution. Thank you. Godspeed. That's it.
I love that you didn't tell him what the solution was.
Listen, if he trusts us, which he has to, because I don't think he has many other options, it's fine. It's enough.
Brisket says, okay, that's great. I'm going to go outside, tell everybody I found black mold. And he disappears. Sayeth,
It's like, I thought I was burning it.
Sayeth responds, just on my way.
All right, he's coming.
So, what are y'all doing while you're waiting?
Taking my equivalent of a nap.
Got to talk with a little bit with Jarl Axel. He said, which he didn't tell us before, what he wanted to do with the dragon staff was to give it to the black staff. Sort of to buy favor on behalf of him and his crew.
I thought he did tell us that.
And he told us he wanted to use it to persuade his way into the Lord's Alliance. And really, frankly, until he said it, it hadn't really occurred to me that he would use anything other than force or threat to make the offer. And I can't say I trust him completely, but if what he wants to do is to give the staff to the black staff, I do think that besides, of course, Barak who has it, she may be the best person who should have it. And if it were to be useful to him, his crew, and people like me, I wouldn't mind if his name were attached to the effort. I don't think we give it to him. I don't even think we could convince Barak to give it to us to give to him. But I think we have time to talk, try to figure it out. And I think if he's not lying, maybe I should just talk to my mom about him, see what she thinks. Since apparently they go way back. He shudders.
Oh.
Then perhaps he's got a fair point, and he deserves that sort of opportunity.
Why exactly? Why does he deserve this opportunity?
Everything that I know about him, right, is that he's a social socialite and a disruptor of the order within the Underdark. Frees slaves. And can cause a lot of havoc to the order that already existed, which is to say, Lolth supremacy in a lot of it. I think I'm inclined to have some faith in him simply because, I really should talk to my mom, I think. But if she she knows him, understands who he is better than I do. I trust her judgment. She's lived here for long enough and lived in the Underdark long enough to, I think, have a better judge of his character than I.
I think we can ask somebody much closer at heart.
I thought I had muted.
Perhaps we should simply ask Alida how she feels about him. Oh, wait. Alida was shot multiple times with a crossbow and is now dead. That doesn't, I mean, I am very happy to have you here as our friend, Piety, but that's cold-blooded murder. And there's also the fact that this Jarlaxle didn't come to us until we were already being hunted by a number of... He didn't come to us to simply ask for our help. No, he came to extort it. I don't...
Like I said, I'm not inclined to trust him, but I think that at least what he was saying to me had merit.
Well, he can say whatever he wants to. He can get him what he wants.
Right, but what do we think that he wants besides what he has stated?
The problem is I don't know what he wants with it, and it could be anything, right? But the fact that he even started this relationship with extorting us is the problem. He didn't give us this grand speech of how he wants to help all these people. He used his advantage over us to get what he wants. Who's to say he's not to do it again?
I don't like it either. I only mean to say that if
Go to sleep after you're done.
what he told me is in fact what he wants, then he and I want the same things. Whether or not he intends to follow through on that, I certainly have no idea. But I don't know. I think it's appropriate for freed slaves and drow refugees to have an opportunity somewhere else. I mean, that was my family experienced it, and as such, my mother lives a pretty shit life. If there were someone who had the intentions of entering the Lord's Alliance with the purpose of having resources for people like my family, even if that person were me rather than him, someone should take that opportunity.
I very much personally sympathize with the plight of those displaced, especially in conflicts that are often larger than they could ever possibly understand. That is,
Heidi, do you know why you didn't tell him why you're stealing from him?
Not a fucking clue. I would love to find my partner in crime, wherever she may be, but until then, I don't think I'm getting the full story.
does it matter?
I mean, I think
No,
it
really,
does.
does it matter?
I
The answer for your stealing from me is I'm going to murder you? What sort of nonsense is that for a group that wants into civilized society? I realize, given my very vocal distaste for this city very recently, that is somewhat hilarious coming from me. I get that. I do. But you're talking about a man whose solution was to murder someone. For theft.
Exidia does the same sort of thing.
For theft. And we have done our best to temper Exidia. And do you believe that if Exidia had come to all of us to try to get our help after extorting us, that I wouldn't have the same reservations?
I'm not saying we... like I said, I don't think we should just give it to him. But I think we have time to think, and I think we should consider.
Consider what?
I-
He's a cold-blooded killer. He is a liar. We have no interest in him. And now he comes up with this fucking sob story that he wants to help everybody. Now I'm supposed to give him a second thought?
I am more than happy when we have the ability to eventually relay to someone in a position of authority here in Waterdeep. I am more than happy to be honest and upfront about the help that we received from Jarlaxle and his group. I am not in any way suggesting we should downplay or anything or attempt to obfuscate the help that has been supplied to us. I also, however, do not believe that we are under any sort of obligation or that we have any particular reason that we should provide the assistance. No, assistance is not the right word. That we should give him any recognition beyond that which is actually been earned.
I'm not even saying that we speak to his character. I said it to his face. We didn't even know what he looked like until today. But like I said, even if he doesn't actually want the thing that he has told me was his intention in the first place, even if he lied his ass off to me
what he said was still important to me.
Hmm.
And to that, I mean, the thing is, we don't know Lydia. We know a fraction of a lifetime of something that has happened. I do think, apparently, he knows as my mother. And I don't think we're going to get a more trustworthy story out of anyone than her. So if we want to know more about him, and whether or not he's bullshitting in such a phenomenal way, I think this should give us a straighter answer.
You start to hear some charging coming up the stairs, and bursting through the door to the west of the room, is a crew, including, I'm going to move the dancing books, Barnabas Blastwind, Saith Cromley, Brisket's leading the charge in here, and Terenzio and Elzarina Castellanter. They're a little tired. Looks like maybe they were woken up for this particular endeavor. They are a little shy initially, but then they see this apparition, and you can see Elzarina's head sort of tilt. She says, Osvaldo, are you back from school early? Oh, what a treat. How are you doing that? That's very cute. What kind of trick is this? And Saith is like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
This is the Elder Castellanter child. He found a way to help his younger siblings.
Brisket punctuates that statement by going, boom! Help him how?
I'm gonna come over to the kids and squat down between them.
Mm-hmm.
I say, how are you two doing?
A little tired, but is that really my brother? Is that a projection of my brother? Is he still at school?
It's sort of your brother. It's as much of him as we're going to be able to see right now, okay?
Terenzio pokes his sister. I knew he's still at school. It's still nice to see him.
So, there's something that's happened. And your mother and father are not going to be able to help you fix it, but your brother might be able to.
Okay, well, Okay, what's he going to help us fix?
Well, right now, the two of you are. Oh, and he kind of like feigns a little bit of like forgetfulness. How old are you again?
Uh, Elzarina holds up 9 fingers and says, I'm almost this many.
That's right. Uh, well, the thing is, uh, this many, and he holds up 9 fingers,
Mhm.
is a dangerous age. It's a point where some terrible things can happen to little folks like you. And in order to help the both of you, your brother has offered to help you skip ahead a couple fingers. And he starts like moving his fingers in waves.
We get to be
What is it?
older.
Yes. Um, but it's
Mummy
going to
said
be
when I was
fast.
14, I'd get my own horse.
I feel
Sorry,
like that's
you
still
cut out
probably
there.
in-
You cut out there mid-word, and then I know you were trying to say, I'll get my own horse. But you literally just said, when I'm 14, I'll get my own whore.
Okay, I did mean horse, but now I said what I said.
That's still probably in the cards because once you're 14 and older, most of the time, if you've got the means for it, a horse is pretty much something you can just have. I think that feels about right. He kind of like nods around to the room. Uh, but that means that you're going to be 14 or older, and you're not going to be able to be 9 or younger again.
Well, I always talk about what I'm going to do when I'm older. Now I don't have to wait.
That's about what I was expecting.
Hmm.
We don't know how many, and he keeps like waving his fingers.
Mhm.
We don't know how many it's going to go, but we're going to try just to get you best we can past that dangerous age of 9. Is that okay?
Terenzio chimes in as Elzarina sort of is counting her fingers. Terenzio says, well, if Osvaldo thinks it's for the best, then I love my brother. He wouldn't do anything to hurt me. And Elzarina just sort of nods.
And I think, for one, personally, that I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have a birthday for every one you're missing, besides 9 following, anyway. What do you think?
Elzarina says, her eyes get wide, she gets a big grin, and she starts like frantically like poking at her fingers like she's counting. She's like, I hope I age 50 years and I'll get 50 cakes.
All right, we are opening the chapter book. We're going to skip a few pages ahead and we're going to cheat and see what the good endings are, okay?
Okay.
Exidia, you are the closest individual to Osvaldo. So he sort of tugs at your dress and gestures for you to sort of squat down and turn around so your back is to everybody else.
I will do as I am bid.
Look, this is this is not something I have like very fine control over. I don't know how much they are going to age. I do know that the more people that are in the room as I engage in this endeavor, the more total number of years that I will add, but it's also the more people that those years will be split between. Do you understand?
Count me in. I've got years to spare.
Good, you should
I'm
talk with your friends. Just so you know, mechanically, right? If it's just the two kids, right?
They'll die.
Well, probably not. Probably not. It's a D4 times 10 number of years, right?
Mhm.
So the max would be 40 years, so it would be 20 years apiece, right? For each additional person in the room, it's another D4, right? But you can split the years amongst the people that are remaining in the room.
Okay.
Does everybody understand how this works?
Yes. Can I throw in
Yeah.
something to complicate this?
Mm-hmm.
What would you think about me casting Enhance Ability on this ghost child?
Populate enhanceability.
I did check that I have to be able to target a creature.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, of course, there's all the kinds of weird stuff with like the specific blessings I can give, but
Mhm.
theoretically, it's just advantage on a check on checks.
Okay.
So I don't like. Obviously, that would, especially since we're not playing with D20s in this case. It's
Yeah,
a
I don't think
literal wrench in the system.
Yeah, I
but-
don't think this would work because it's not. This is just a spell effect. It's not a or it's just a magical effect. It's not really an ability based off of any of those stats.
Here's another thought,
Mm-hmm.
which is the idea of casting Bear's Endurance on the two kids, not so that they'll like, not so that they get proficiency in con saves, but so that they have like the temp HP to like kind of endure this physical experience.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like it can't hurt.
Sure, I've got a 3rd level slot I can burn for this.
Okay.
Okay, I will do that. And I am happy to be present to absorb some of these years since I'm a young fucking dude.
Okay. Anybody else sticking around?
Yeah, I'll join.
I got
Okay.
Self-sacrifice.
Whitey, I'm pretty sure he told you you need to learn self-love.
Well, he said
like-
that as long as I'm like fucking myself up, like sorry, I shouldn't cuss in front of children. As long as I'm, but she says it again, but just quieter. She's
We're
like
not gonna be
fucking
kids
myself
for long,
up.
man.
I guess that's true. As long as I'm doing it like for the good of other people and not just to like put myself down for no fucking reason. Sorry, God.
They're
That it's like
gonna be
fine.
grown.
Yeah.
Promise.
Don't say that for the next like 30 seconds.
Meanwhile, Elzarina says to Terenzio, "We're going to get fucking cake." And then
Oh.
Terenzio and Elzarina
yes.
are just now they're just hopping up and down, fucking cake, fucking cake, fucking cake.
Honestly, yeah, they can say it as a treat. Come on.
Yeah, it's literally like it's close to your birthdays. Whatever. It's birthday
Yeah.
weeks.
They're
Okay.
practically grown.
Yeah.
9-year-olds.
Who all is staying in the room?
Exidia.
I'm staying there. I'm
Fuck
an
yeah.
elf. I got
Okay.
years to spare.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm staying anyway. And so, yeah, I'm suggesting that Brisket and Saith and Barnabas should get out. Unless
I-
Barnabas is a gnome, in which case, get back here.
Oh yeah.
I'm a beard out of this.
Actually,
Corsonis,
let me-
it's really okay. Like, we understand.
Do elves get beards? Can I grow a beard within this time frame? Please let me know if I can grow a beard within this time frame.
Why the fuck not?
you wouldn't know this. You'd have no reason to know this, but you've just broken a poor space elf's, astral elf's heart. Just devastated on it.
I think about my sins when I have a beard.
Okay, so all 5 of you are staying. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to roll a single D4 for the 2 kids. I need everybody else to roll 1 D4.
2.
One more time, Adam.
Oh, I need everybody else to roll 1 D4. I'm going to roll a D4 for the kids, and everybody else roll 1 D4 for me.
Everyone think low thoughts.
3.
Yes. Honestly. Ooh. Oh, Nim. Oh, Nim. Oh, bestie.
It's okay. I can take it.
my
I'm a
sweet.
20-year-old elf. I'm still
Yeah.
not even
Your
an adult
baby.
yet.
Your baby.
Yeah. 26-year-old Firbolg. I got hundreds of years left.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm dead already.
Okay.
I don't know what my lifespan is. I don't care to know.
Well, this is it's easier than you all have made it out, right? But I enjoyed the confusion anyway, so I let it run on. It's 130 total years.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
How are you going to split those years up?
Oh.
You know,
I'll
Nim,
take
you're a
80 of
spry young lad.
Yeah, take one for the team, Nim.
Honestly, you guys pick how much you want, and I'll take whatever's left. My mom is going to kill me.
Okay, first, how many do the kids need?
We shouldn't push them more than like
1
10,
year for this
like-
kid.
What? I mean,
3
I mean, they're
years for that
twins.
kid.
Yeah.
I feel like 1 each is enough to get them past their birth date
Yeah.
and still give
all they
them
need,
as
that's all
much
they
of
need.
their childhood as possible.
128.
So you don't want to give them to 11, just so, like 10 is just out the picture.
Leave 9 back, like streets behind.
Just get it all out the way, right? I just don't want to risk anything. Get them to 11, and then we
Uh-huh.
should be perfectly fine.
I'm fucking fine with that. So we have 126 left. Corsonis, you're the most vulnerable next. You pick your number.
Sure am. How old am I? I am 30.
I mean,
Oh,
if
boy.
me and Nim just each take 60, then, split the 6 up.
Nim.
That still puts us both under 100.
No, I
Nim,
mean
you're
you're right, but my
you look
mom's
like a
gonna kill
baby.
me.
Yeah, I can take the 60 if that's the case, right?
I
Fuck
think we
yeah.
can split it up a little bit a little bit better. If we've got 120 and then some change, right?
Yeah.
At very least, Exidia, me, Kaz, we can split that up to 40 each, and then if Piety and Corsonis want to take on a little bit more, even like the odd years that are left, the 6 remaining.
I think that sounds good.
Tell me how many I need to take, Piety.
You're a human and I'm already dead. I'll take like the majority. If
Okay.
it's just the 6 between
on.
us, I'll take fucking 5.
First off, I am not human.
Are you not?
Secondly, thank you, because I still age like one.
See, that's the thing that has mattered.
Precisely.
I'm pretty sure your dream spirit would be fucking pissed if you just dropped dead by chunking out another 60 years by
Yeah,
a
well.
ghost.
Yeah, my god's gonna fucking love this.
My dream spirit can suck it because he and I are already an out. So
First of
you
all,
told
I'm
me I
flipping
needed to
that.
come here because we needed monsters in my hometown. Fuck you, buddy.
I'm about to become the monster in my hometown.
No, fuck that. I'm not going back there.
That's real.
Okay, so
I am now
everybody has the
31.
dispersion of years. Is that correct?
Yeah.
The kids each get one. Corsonis, you get one.
Two. They get two. Kids
They-
each get two.
Kids each get two.
Oh, I thought they were each getting-
Corsonis, you get one.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm getting one
Yeah.
here, which I appreciate.
Yes.
Right. And Piety, you get what, 6?
5. I think.
5.
Yes.
And 40 for everybody else.
yeah.
Sheesh.
Okay. Okay, the following things happen.
Do you know how much trouble we just got Saith Cromley in?
Us-
Wait, these kids were under your watch, and all of a sudden they've gone from 8 to 10?
What's 11?
You know you're fired, right? Like, you know you're fired now, forever, right?
Osvaldo begins telling his siblings a story. And as he does, he becomes more and more animated. And as he gets more animated, first his siblings get more and more terrified, and then all of you in the room get more and more terrified. You can see Terenzio and Elzarina as they scream and try and cover their eyes and hug each other tight. Really, the only real indication that anything is going on is their limbs appear to be slightly too long for their clothes all of a sudden. Corsonis appears to get a few more wrinkles, but not a huge change for him either. Kaz, Nim, and Exidia, there's not the traditional signs of aging as or you know, what we as humans would consider signs of aging, as your lifespans are so much longer, but there's just a weariness around the eyes that, you know, and some additional wrinkles, you know, some additional creakiness that each of you can feel, but does not, you know, have any sort of outward indication, at least not one that can be picked up at all. And as Osvaldo ends his story, you all can tell that this has had the desired effect. Piety, there's absolutely no change in your appearance whatsoever.
Corpse moment.
You all look around at each other. The kids are screaming, right? And they're, as the story ends, they're slowly, you know, trying to calm each other and calm themselves. But there's a lot of imploring, like, why, Osvaldo, why would you do this? That fantastic. That goes a long way. Right. And as you sit around and wonder whether the trauma that you have put these kids through has been the right thing or not. Nim, your pouch or sack or wherever you hold your gear starts to smoke and then is on fire.
I just turn it upside down and dump everything out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the contract.
It is the contract that is on fire, and the only thing that has burned out is the location of Asmodeus's signature. You all gather around to see this, except for Piety, who has fallen unconscious.
Oh, good. That's good.
Piety, you, as has been the case many times before, you feel yourself drowning and then washing up on a shore. And then as you sort of cough to clear what you know isn't, but certainly feels like real water to you in this moment, as you cough to clear that from your lungs in a way you haven't had to do in a very long time. You look down in the sand and you see a set of bloody footprints that lead to a set of bloody feet. And as you look up, there's a weary, smiling face looking at you. Just as you wanted to talk.
Yes. I'm pleasantly surprised that prayer worked. That was not the best. I did want to talk earlier. We needed help to try and contact Asmodeus to save the children. Do you observe what I do like all the time?
To be clear, the prayer was nice, but didn't have nearly as much of an effect as the stunt you all just pulled.
Yeah. So we figured out a way to not have to go directly to Asmodeus and just fix it ourselves. Sorry for bugging you, I guess.
You don't have to apologize. I'm here to help. What's next?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't even know.
What do you say you and I think on that for a little bit? And we're gonna end session there.